Hey, everybody. This is Program Director James Sullivan with the Newburyport Documentary Film Festival. We just completed our 18th annual festival once again in person. Thanks so much for joining us. If you did, or if you've streamed anything this week, um, among other things, this year had the second annual event of our YES Award, which is our Young Emerging Filmmakers Showcase Award. The award was created last year by two of our stalwart volunteers, Peter Karzasti and George Aranio. They did a great job in creating this award and they've been reaching out to college film studies departments all around the Northeast and beyond for student filmmaker submissions. We had a great group of films this year. If you saw them, you can attest to that. And it was really difficult decision to pick a winner. But we have the winner of the second annual YES Awards with us today, and that is Rajaiah Jones, and she's with me now. Hi, Rajaiah.
Hi, James. Thanks for having me.
So congratulations. Pretty cool. You were up against some tough competition. There were some really good films in this program this year. We're very proud to show them. But yours had a real polish to it. Like it definitely looked like a professional piece of work, which it was. It is. Can you tell, for those who haven't seen it yet, the film is called The Skin I'm In. It's a short film. I believe it was 4 or 5 minutes long. Can you tell us, that's just a still from your short film. For anyone who hasn't seen it, just describe what the premise of the film is.
Yeah, so The Skin I'm In, I made it to really highlight what some of the challenges Black women go through just in their day-to-day life. Just in the space I was in, I felt like I really wanted to highlight that. So I took 3 women that were really close to me. They're all pretty much like family or family friends, and just wanted to talk to them about their experiences. I was really intentional about having different like age groups in there just to see how similar the challenges we go through are and like how big the age differences is.
I was going to ask you where you found the 3 women. You say you're close to them in one way or another. Can you, sort of, in a couple sentences about each one, can you describe who they are and which specific challenge like stood out for you in terms of their, going about their daily life as a Black woman in America?
Yeah, so I'll start with Ronette. She might have been one of the first ones. That's my mom. She is very funny. There's a specific line in the film that, I didn't really explain it in the film, but this is just some insider
Right.
information. So she says something about like when she's talking about her hair, she likes the creamy crack.
Yeah.
Well, that is referred to as what's called a relaxer to make your hair straight.
Straightener, right? Yeah.
Yep. So that was just very her. Like I just love that moment because if you know her, like she's just so funny and she was able to bring some of that humor to it, but that realness. And she was like the oldest of the 3. So yeah, that's mom. Carly Washington was my 11th grade English teacher. One of 2 Black teachers at my school for that year. The other one was her dad, who was a history teacher there. Wow. And we're just really close. Like, I don't know, we just hit it off and she made me really like the subjects in high school.
And this is in Lynn, Mass, right? Just to clarify, right?
Yes, I went to Lynn Classical High School. So yeah,
that's Carly's hair in the still that that was her issue, right? Like she was saying, my hair is just totally unruly, right? And
exactly.
I've learned to just live with it, right?
Yep. So that's her too. They all pretty much have a sense of humor. You can see little like
absolutely,
but yeah, I just love the whole like what did she say? AM flat top, and she just like plucks it out and goes about her day. So that's Carly. She's biracial too, so that was another element, white mom, Black dad, and just exploring that. Shakayla Satterwhite, I've known her since kindergarten. That's like my best friend.
Nice.
Yeah. So we've been through so much together, and then, her being that person for me to just like kind of go to when I was struggling back then and vice versa.
Right. So we just mentioned that you grew up in Lynn. You went to UMass, right?
Yep.
And you just graduated?
Yep, 2020 pandemic graduate.
Oh wow, right. Okay. Well, so congratulations on that. And now you're embarking on your post college life in Providence, right?
Yep.
Can we go back to Lynn for a minute because what was intriguing to me was that your film gives a credit at the beginning to Raw Artworks, which is the youth after school art therapy program in Lynn that we as a festival in Newburyport have had a relationship for the last half a dozen years or so, showing student films. Can you just tell us a little bit about how you became involved in the programs at Raw and what they maybe taught you about filmmaking and what the program meant to you?
Yeah, so Ra's been a fixture in Lynn since like it's like 35 years old now, so
Hmm.
a long time. My sister, her friend in high school went there, and I'm like 9 years younger than my sister, so I was a kid. I always loved to draw, and I'm like, I want to go. But their elementary school always had the craziest wait list, so I didn't get in until sixth grade. And then in my seventh grade year, they opened up their film school to middle schoolers because it originally was only for high schoolers. Yeah, so I started that in eighth grade though, and I went until I graduated high school. And I'm still like close to almost all of my instructors. And I think they just really did a good job setting us up with like, just going out there and filming if we wanted to do like our own freelance stuff. Like even at such a young age, I think about it now and just the confidence they instilled in us and how some of us were really out there already doing like photo shoots with people or our own films on our own time. Like I feel like, you don't really think because it's so technical a lot, but you don't really think about like the gems they're instilling in you and the confidence they're building at that young age and how it can help you be successful, whether it's in school or whatever you're going to do after. But the program was like, yeah, it was like, I feel like it was legit. It was free, nonprofit, and some people paid for the stuff I was learning at like 15 years old.
Hmm.
Um, and I felt really prepared going into college at UMass. I said I got my degree in communication, but I took pretty much all of the film courses. And once I got to the production classes, we were like learning how to use Premiere. I already knew how to use
Hmm.
Premiere by then. So yeah, it's a great program.
Yeah, they your film really to me sort of epitomizes what I've seen come out of Raw in that yeah, they're teaching you, sort of film skills, but also it seems teaching a lot about confidence and self-worth and like understanding yourself right through the medium of film. And so in your film you just sort of turned the camera around and did a little bit of sort of you got to understand a little more about your best friend and your 11th grade English teacher and your mom
Mhm.
through the process of filming them, right? So I mean it definitely seemed like sort of I could see the connection to the raw what the raw folks seem to be bringing to the students.
Yeah, overall, Raw is an art therapy program.
Hmm.
And on the third floor at film school, they try their best. The instructors there don't have like any background in art therapy, but they try their best to incorporate that along with their lessons. And with my film, so I don't like being in front of the camera. So I took the opportunity to like, still reflect on something that I was
Hmm.
feeling and wanted to explore, but do it with people that I care about and I know like they'll get that message across.
Hmm. Well, now that I know that you're how close you are to all three of the women in the film, please tell them all on behalf of us. Thanks for the experience because we obviously love the film because we gave it the award, the Yes Award. So, what's next for you, Rajaiah? Are you like you just mentioned you didn't graduate? You graduated with what communications degree, but took plenty of film classes, right? So do you intend to continue making films in some way or another?
Definitely. I've been like in a space where I'm trying to figure out if I want to still do the freelance thing and make sorry, that's my dog. Make content for people or just, do passion projects. So it's always going to be with me one way or another. I think eventually I'll just keep, doing films like this, and I'd love to come back to this film because it's a few years old and try to see, where I'm at in a few years on that subject, on that topic. Because yeah, right
Right.
now I don't know, the pandemic and graduating, I don't know, everything's just like kind of loopy in the air. But I'll always be a filmmaker. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So tell me, maybe the last question I'll ask you is, before we got on here, you were telling me about you and your boyfriend and the project that you're doing right now. That sounds very much like sort of a film, a short film, ready to be made. You want to explain what you're doing?
Yeah, so basically we're like joining the Nomad community and we bought a small school bus. So we flew out to Ohio to get it and then he drove it all the way back. Which was crazy. We like had work the next day and just went straight like 13 hours basically. It was insane. But yeah, we're just like building it out from the ground up, like ripping out all the old stuff, the old installation and just literally building the foundation. And we have all of our appliances, our stove and our sink. It's like kind of crazy. And yeah, we hope to get on the road. I don't know when, it keeps getting pushed back. It's like kind of expensive, but down the line, it'll pay off. But yeah, and everybody's been saying, film it. We've definitely been filming the process of building.
Mm.
I think like tearing everything out was like kind of frustrating and like we didn't know like kind of what we were doing. So we didn't film that. But we've been getting more footage in with building and yeah, it'll turn into something. So stay tuned.
The demo part is the most fun part usually, like, tearing stuff up,
That was awful. I like use my hands to like make things.
Yeah.
I'm loving building right now. I'm good at math actually. So like doing the dimensions, I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm in my zone.
Right. When you get on the road, when you get the bus ready to go, where do you like, what's the plan? Or is it kind of the plan to have no plan?
Kinda, yeah. We went. Our birthdays are close. Last year we went to Palm Springs for our birthday, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love the desert. Like I love it out
Mm.
here. I just want to make it out there.
Mhm.
And he just wants to. Well, I guess really the thing is to try to do like every national park in a span of a few years. So,
Mm.
and then
Yep.
we'll figure out how we're gonna like, yeah.
Sounds great.
Mm.
Well, so we look forward to seeing that film or whatever, or if you make another one between now and then,
Yeah.
that one, whatever it might be. But congratulations again. I hope the prize money goes towards maybe it gets invested back into the school bus renovation. But congratulations again, and thanks for speaking with us. And best of luck with that project and whatever you got going on next. And we look forward to staying in touch with you and seeing your next work.
Thank you. Thank you, James.
Nice talking to you, Rajaiah.
Likewise.
Rajaiah Jones, our second annual Yes Award winner. And we will see you folks soon. Thanks for joining us at the Newburyport Documentary Film Festival.